I know that I can reimburse a short-term rental guest their nightly rate or part of their nightly rate if I have to. But what I like to do is actually offer them sort of like a dinner, if you will, or sometimes we'll send like a.
So off the bat, I am totally in line with this. A lot of people jump to giving away their money, and it can be good, but it doesn't necessarily like improve the bond that you have as a host to your guest. Let's see what else he says.
Bottle of wine or something like that, because I feel like that's more personal. It's like, yes, I could reimburse you $100, and I'm sure you'd be happy with that. But what I like to do is say, hey, I'm so sorry about that.
And frankly, it's cheaper usually to just buy them dinner or give them wine. I don't necessarily recommend giving alcohol because some people might have religious issues against that. They might be recovering. So I don't lead with alcohol, but sometimes if I know the situation, it's an anniversary, I can tell they're trying to celebrate or whatever. I might say, oh, great. How would you like a bottle of champagne or wine? And if they sound like they're for it, great. But if you just want to jump into it and say, hey, can I treat you to dinner? Gives them the option to pick whether or not they're going to have alcohol or just a good meal. Ain't that right, Ace?
Family dinner. Is that something that you guys would be okay with? Just send me the receipt when you're done, and I'll send you a reimbursement through Airbnb. And most people typically are very happy with that, just because they're like, oh, that's a very nice thing that you're willing to do. And I think it goes a little bit further than just sending like a blank check in the Airbnb system, if you will.
Yeah. So when you're in the Airbnb space, the key is hospitality. And a lot of the times, some people are so busy trying not to lose their 5-star rating that they're giving away everything. They're reimbursing the whole damn trip. Ask me how I know. And the problem is that ruins your ability to even enjoy the fact that you are a host and you're trying to create a business, and no business can be sustainable if you're always giving away everything just out of fear. Out of fear of not getting a 5-star review. There's a nuance to this, and you have to nail it. If you don't, you're going to lose a lot more money than just reimbursing and throwing hundreds of dollars at these guests. One big thing you always want to do when you are working through an issue and making sure your guest is happy is you want to ask them, what will it take to make sure that you have had a 5-star experience? You want to be very precise about that. Don't get into bribing and them trying to gut you either. It's a very nuanced conversation, and it does require a little salesmanship skills. More than likely, for most intro-level VAs, they're not going to know what to do, and they're not going to ask it right. So you have to coach them up on this too. But what you want to say is, hey, Mr. and Mrs. So-and-so, obviously we're sorry this happened, or, we'd like to, add or improve the situation you're currently in. And to do that, here's something we like to offer, but we want to make sure that once we do this, this is going to give you the 5-star experience you were hoping for. Obviously, I can't make up for what just happened, but hopefully moving forward, we're moving forward happy together to the point where you're going to want to come back and stay with us again. What do we got to do to make that happen? And just by leaving that question with them, you're going to find out the exact answer you're going to need to make sure you have at least a 5-star response, because sometimes it's better to not get a review at all than to get anything less than a 5-star.